Welcome to The Hunt.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today, April the 8th, episode 7, and we're back. We had, hope you guys enjoyed the short podcast on Easter weekend, but we're back. We're busy. We didn't record yesterday. If you follow us on Facebook, we couldn't record yesterday because we were a little tired after flagging courses at Montage for Archery Fest, which we're going to talk about here in a little bit.
Yeah.
But Greg and Doug here. We're back. Sorry for missing yesterday, but we're going to do this like we normally do on a Sunday. So first thing we're going to start off with, Dougie, is
We're going to talk about a cam situation, right?
cam situation,
Yeah.
the debacle.
Yes, the debacle. So it continues.
Mm-hmm. The saga continues.
Yes. And it's kind of funny timing, right?
Yes.
I mean, this comes out, this news comes out a week or 2 or 3 weeks after
Mm-hmm.
the Bowtech and Athens situation. So, so Obsession Bows hired Kevin Struthers, to design again for them.
Yep, brought him back.
And he's come up with this cam tuning system.
Correct.
And it's kind of the same deal where, you're not breaking the bow down and shimming it. It's a simple adjustment with an Allen wrench and you move the cam.
Yep. So we've talked about this before when we talked about the whole Athens ordeal. And, again, to reiterate, the generalized lawsuit that Bowtech threw out there was that the cam is able to move on an axle. So as my statement was, every bow, their cam can move if you shim it.
Yes.
Or, what have you. I think right now the only bow that when you tune, you're not actually moving the cam is
The Elite. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
And that's their set technology, and that's actually moving the limb pocket.
Yes.
So we brought up the Kevin Struthers cam. It's the Perfex cam. It's the same cam that he shot that ridiculous world record with last year. So he's back, and he made a statement on Facebook because obviously people were starting to dig and looking for information. And he basically told everybody, hey, this is what I did. And it's not against anything else because I'm not using the axle.
Right.
So he did.
So he thinks.
So he thinks. So what he did was...
Jim thought the same thing.
Right. So we don't know what will happen, but we know that he has a spacer that is threaded into the limb.
Right.
And it's only a 0.080
Yes.
movement.
Yeah, real small.
So there's not a whole lot of place you can move it to, but it moves, and it's not moving the axle or moving the cam on the axle. You're moving just the shim.
Right. The axle is stationary.
Right.
And that what's threaded is the spacer itself.
Mhm.
So that spacer will spin and either come away from the limb or retreat and go back towards the limb and moving the cam.
Yep.
I don't know.
And
so it begins. We'll find out.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on it. Obviously, Doug and I have both seen the Axis bows, the AccuTune cam from Athens, and very similar. You weren't moving the cam technically on the axle. You were pushing the cam over.
Right.
And it was basically to get rid of lean. It wasn't like it was moving it to the other side of the bow. It was just leaning it more or less leaning with this little bar that came out of the limb.
Right.
So again, it's, it'll be some sort of stupidness that, happens.
And hopefully it works out for Obsession.
Yep.
But, once again, it's kind of the David and Goliath.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about another real small company versus a huge company. So hopefully it works out, and, Obsession is, successful with it and just runs with it. So that's what I'm hoping for. So.
And that's the thing is that, hopefully it does work out. We did meet Dennis, who's the owner of Obsession and Martin at ATA 2 years ago. Yeah. Super nice guy.
Yeah.
Kevin designed back there, I think when I was repping them way back in 12 or 13. So who knows?
Yeah.
But we just wanted to bring that up, let everybody know what was going on. We got some information, wanted to share it with you.
Yeah. Be on the watch.
Yeah. We'll keep an eye out on it and see if anything comes of it, or if, they the old investment group just lets it slide.
Right.
I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
But we're going to jump in next to our bow breakdown. This week, a little different. We got the PSE Evolve DS30.
Yep.
So another small bow. Real small, real short brace height.
Yeah.
What is it, 6 1/8, Dougie?
Yes,
Yeah.
6 1/8.
6 1/8, so it still has a little bit of speed behind it. I figured it would have more with how small it is. We're not talking APA small, but it's still pretty tight. It's a 30-inch axle-to-axle. Comes with the EC2 cam, and that's why I'm thinking it lost some speed, because that's their smoother drawn cam.
Yeah.
But 338 feet per second is where they're yelling at it, and it's got some options to it, I guess. How many limb draw weight sizes we got there?
So there's 4 different options for the limbs. You got 50, 60, 70, and 80. And there's a couple different let-off options too. It comes standard with the 80 to 90% let-off. There is an option for 65 to 75%. The draw length is kind of on the shorter side.
Yeah.
It starts at 24.5, which is nice.
Sure. Yeah, you can get some smaller folks in it.
Yep. But it only goes to 30. So
tall guys, sorry, not happening.
So 30 inches is the max. It's got 6 different colors it comes in. It's got 2 solids. It's got a black and a charcoal. And it comes in, actually, it's got a pretty good variety of camos. It's some of the bigger name camos it's available in. So you got the Sitka Subalpine, the Mossy Oak Bottomland, the Kuiu Verde, and the Cryptic Skyfall.
Yep. So I learned something new over the last week about PSE, because we're obviously a PSE dealer. The Heritage Group, I believe it's the Heritage Group or Heritage Outdoors that owns them now, Butch from Cryptek is part of that somehow, some way. So I'm assuming you'll start seeing for 25 more Cryptek colors.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's a 4.4 pound bow. The bow that we're going to shoot is the Mossy Oak Bottomland. It was a 70 pound bow, or is a 70 pound bow, and we did turn it down to 60 so that we can try to be as close to all the other breakdowns we did.
Right.
And that one is set at 29. They come from the factory that way. But nice little bow. I don't see a lot of advertising behind it. They're doing a lot of advertising on the Mach series bows, which are their carbon bows.
Right.
Which I get, but that's a pretty steep price point for somebody that doesn't want to spend $1,800.
Yeah.
And these actually fall in on the low side of retail, so they're $11.99 compared to most of the $12.99s out there. So save a couple bucks, but we'll break that down and we'll shoot it, get a little bit of speed on it.
Yeah.
And kind of give you our 2 cents.
I think they're pushing the Dudley bows too, the knock-ons, right?
Yep. So the last year was the Unite, and the Levitate was the carbon bow, and I think the Levitate stayed this year.
Okay.
But now they have a knock-on 30.
Okay.
To go after the Mach 30.
Yeah.
And I will give it to them, because when they did the commercial for the Mach 30 this year, like the intro video, it was Dave Cousins and Dudley was like, the sensei. And Cousins was the grasshopper.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was pretty cool. It was a funny video for sure. But yeah, so we'll break that down. We do pretty darn well with PSE in the shop. We do a lot of their target bows, and we did pretty well with the Unites last year.
Yeah.
But we'll see how these evolves go as we get closer to hunting season.
Okay. And I haven't shot it. So
yeah, I don't think I shot it either.
No.
No.
Yeah, this would be.
I turned it down. I guess I drew it back to check weight, but that was it.
Yeah, I've yet to even put my hands on it, honestly. So
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
So
what else? So I guess
we can throw one more little bit of news out there. So if you heard me mention before when we were talking about the cam systems, the debacle, I mentioned Elite bows. So obviously with Athens going away, we needed to bring in another bow that would feel very similar.
Yeah.
And Athens and Elite, if you've ever shot an Elite and an Athens, you'll know that they're pretty darn close. So we did come in with Elite, and we have our next bow breakdown will probably be either an Ethos or a Kairos. I'm not sure yet. Depends on which ones are selling, because we've already sold a few. So we'll see what I have left on the shelf, but we have more orders coming in. So if you are in the area, Dunmore, Scranton, basically anywhere in the northeast corner of Pennsylvania, stop down the High Tines. We have all the Elite bows in stock.
Yeah.
And we'll have a couple of the smaller entry-level bows coming in as well.
Good.
So, do you know what is in 39 days, Doug?
39 days. Let's see. What could it be? That's got to be Archery Fest.
It is Archery Fest. Archery Fest at Montage Mountain.
Yeah.
Man, I'm so tired. I want to sleep more. We walked 4.5 miles yesterday up and down the mountain flagging, getting ready for this, our second annual shoot up at Montage. Lots of changes, lots of big things going on. And I guess we'll start with the basics. So what are the dates, Doug?
So the dates are May 17th through the 19th, which is a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You can shoot 1 day, you can shoot 2 days, you can shoot all 3 days.
Yep.
The Saturday event is going to be, it's an after party event for everyone that's there on Saturday, and it's free to get in.
Yep.
Right. So just come on in and get some drinks, some food.
Yep. So Vendor Village and the after party are open to the general public. So whether you're an archery shooter or not, or you're not even coming up to see vendors, you just want to come up, hang out, have a good time.
Yep.
So yeah, that is all open. The Vendor Village area, we've got a lot of vendors, which we're going to go through here in a little bit. But we do a lot of giveaways at the after party. Yeah. So you get a chance of, getting your hands on something. And I know we'll have a band this year for sure.
Yep.
I'm thinking it's actually going to be one of the guys that works at Montage, him and another buddy of his that I know pretty well. They have a band and they go out and play. So it's rock music, country music, kind of that, swing that we like to get into.
Kind of covers everybody.
Yeah. Yeah. So yesterday we flagged the beginner intermediate course. So for those of you that shot it last year, we had 2 separate courses for beginner and intermediate. And this year, to kind of open the mountain up a little bit for some other stuff, and because the way Vendor Village is set up this year and the truck shoot and all that stuff, we decided to combine them. So we're going to have one course with 2 stakes.
Yeah.
And it took me a little bit when we first started yesterday because I forgot to pin the second stake on Spartan Forge. So we had to walk backwards and go back and
back up the hill. Yeah, back up the hill.
It actually, I think that's why I missed them, because we started on the bottom. We started at target 25 and worked our way up.
Yeah.
So then we walked down and then walked back up
again.
So, yeah. But so if you shot those 2 courses last year, a lot of changes this year. So Doug, unfortunately, couldn't be with us yesterday when we were out flagging. So he doesn't even know what we did.
No. Nope. I saw the pins on Spartan Forge, but I haven't put my eyes on it yet. Right.
So, and I'm glad Doug brought that up. So Spartan Forge is our mapping partner this year. So there will be a code when you get to the ticket booth that if you go in and start your free trial on Spartan Forge, you go into Blue Force tracking and it'll say join team with code. You hit that button and that code will be at the registration desk. Yeah. And now you will have all the maps right on your phone. You won't have to worry about anything getting lost.
No, that's awesome.
And we'll still have all of our arrows and flagging and yada, yada, yada. Yes. But Spartan Forge was huge this year.
Yeah.
To help us out with that, because I sent the email to Doug yesterday or brought him into the team just via email, and he was able to see everything. So it was pretty cool.
But what's important about that too is, I mean, you should sign up anyway and become a subscriber. But if you wanted to just use the 14-day free trial, don't do it now.
Right. Wait until the shoot.
Yes.
Wait until the day you get there. Unless you're already a premium member.
Then that's different. Yeah.
Different story. But if you haven't used Spartan Forge before, the software is awesome. So they have all the regular stuff, satellite maps, topo maps, hybrid maps. But one of the coolest things that they have is their LiDAR feature. And they also have a deer forecast, which I've started watching a little bit, just going back through trail cameras. And they're pretty damn spot on with wherever they're getting this information. So definitely worth taking a look at. So, but again, beginner course, you kind of came down the slopes in front of the lodge. And this year, you're going to end where the intermediate course ended last year.
Okay.
And for the beginners, there's a few, test your skills a little bit, even though it's beginner. Intermediate guys, we made a few that you might not like me when you're done, but we needed to. Yeah. We needed to give you a little bit of extra something.
Yeah.
But what's really cool is, the way we set this shoot up, and we did it last year, is if you come out and you have a morning knock time and you finish at 10:30 on your first course, you can go back out on another course. We're not like holding you and, oh no, you got to wait until whatever. No, obviously it'll be first come, first serve at that stake, because we do have people that have knock times up until 12 o'clock. But once the knock times are done, if it's 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, the lifts shut down at 4. So if you're going up the mountain, you have to get on the lift in order to shoot down.
Right.
So you'll ride the lift up, and if the lift closes, no big deal. You're still coming down. Now, if you're shooting the expert course, a little different story. You have to get to the bottom and ride the lift back up.
Yes. So you've got to be done. Expert course has to be done by 4 o'clock.
Right. And we send out our crew and make sure we cool the course and make sure nobody's out there. But just keep that in mind if you're traveling, up for it or whatever. And then, so intermediate, you're basically going to start as soon as you get off the lift, intermediate beginner. So it's not turned to the right like it was last year. It's going to be dead straight in front of the lift. We've got a couple targets kind of, I don't want to say jumbled right there, but we're going to get you started in the woods off the lift and then start working your way down onto the slopes. Advanced guys, we added some terrain this year for the advanced guys. Yeah. We think it was too easy last year. And if the boys from Antlered Up are listening, I'm sorry. You do have one, I don't want to say it's a steep incline, but you have to come up a head wall.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit. We're going to exercise you while you're there. But you talked about the Snow Panther shot from last year.
Yeah.
Did you know there was a pond down there?
I did not.
And we found the pond yesterday.
Oh, yeah?
So we
behind the Panther?
No. Well, I guess the Panther was here, and we had that hidden buck extra shot.
To the right.
Yep. So it was in between the Panther and the buck.
Really?
Yeah. We had no idea.
Yeah.
So the trail where that was, that like Glades section, that's why we named that course the Glades.
Right.
We take them down a little bit of it.
Okay.
But then shoot them like across 3 ski slopes.
Okay.
And then back across again. And so we pop out right where that shot was for the snow leopard.
Okay.
The shot is not the same. Yeah. It was that, like 60 something yarder down the hill.
Yep.
So we kept it kind of similar, but we moved the target up. So now when you leave taking your arrows out of that target, you have to shoot across the pond.
Oh.
So,
cool.
Yeah. So advanced, there are definitely some technical shots on that course this year.
Yeah.
There's a couple bombs. In fact, target number 1 is a bomb. Figure get that mulligan out of the way right off the bat.
That's it, yeah.
Because that course only goes to 70, so I mean, it's not a huge bomb, but it's a bomb.
Yeah.
But we did give you guys a selfie situation. So last year, target number 2 was the buck on the ridge overlooking the valley.
Yes.
So the incline, we come up, and then we're going to shoot up the hill.
Oh, okay. We shot down that hill.
Right. So now we can get a little selfie action going, standing at the stake.
Okay, cool.
So that course then ends basically right at the lift that does not run in the middle.
Which is?
The Iron Horse, they call it. So like.
Oh, yes.
So intermediate ended here, then there's the lift, and advanced is going to end right here.
Okay.
Because we're starting advanced in a different area, we needed to keep them up higher so that there was nobody walking in front of shots.
Right.
But it was fun. We did a couple live videos yesterday to Facebook and stuff, and look, I can't wait to go put targets out. I will shoot this course this year.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. I'm going to shoot this year.
Yeah. I don't care if we have to put the targets up on Monday. We're shooting this.
That's just it. There's too much work involved to not shoot it. So
yeah. But so I want a quick shout out to Keith, Eric, Joe, and Chris. Those were our volunteer crew yesterday. Poor Chris, he's 13 or 14, came with his dad, and so he was our flag runner. We have flags for the targets. I'd be like, Chris, see that tree down there? Yeah, which one? That one. Just go down there and we'll direct you.
Yeah.
Super muddy yesterday, so I was glad we walked, so we didn't want to tear up anything.
Yeah.
Still quite a bit of snow in spots too.
Yeah, I figured that.
So it was, Keith almost went down. And he almost took 3 of us with him.
I saw that on Facebook.
Yeah, did you?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so this year's going to be awesome. So the courses, obviously, that's like my baby, because I kind of have the idea, and then I just bring people in to make sure that there's like that looks right? I'm not just going crazy.
Yeah.
But no, honestly, we couldn't do it without the crew that we have. It's awesome. So Vendor Village this year is now where?
That's going to be down at the bottom, down by the lodge, by the wave pool. If you're familiar, a lot of people haven't been to Montage outside of ski season, so you can't see the wave pool with it's under 12 feet of snow. Right. But yeah, the wave pool is at the bottom, which is kind of nice because you're going to be right outside the lodge now. So I guess we'll have access to the bathrooms and stuff for for people in the vendor village instead of using the porta potties like we did last year.
There'll still be porta potties down there, but the lodge, the front doors will be open to get in there.
So you can send your wife or daughter in there without having to go to porta potty, which is nice.
Yep. So yeah, if you look at the map of Montage, you come down this kind of ginormous set of steps, and it puts you in like a main patio area.
Yeah. So the fire pit is.
Yeah, with a big fire pit. Yep.
Yeah.
I don't think we'll need the fire pit, but
you never know. In the mornings, you never know.
So that'll be kind of where registration is, where you're going to come in, you're going to get your wristbands. If you bought t-shirts when you registered, you're going to pick all of that up there. And one of our biggest issues, the key is obviously putting people into Vendor Village.
Yeah.
These guys are there supporting us. We want to try to help them as best we can. And last year, because of kind of the way it worked, you couldn't, not that you couldn't, but it didn't direct people directly into Vendor Village.
You can go shoot without having to go through Vendor Village.
Yeah.
So now you have no choice.
Nope, exactly. So you're coming through the registration and you're literally in Vendor Village. And for the amount of vendors we have this year, it's going to take up quite a bit of space down there. Yeah. So the key is, one, we want you to go see these vendors. They're supporting this shoot for a reason.
Yeah.
But this way, it kind of funnels you right into it.
Yeah.
And then you can leave for your courses from there.
Right.
But
and you're gonna want to, because there's a lot of awesome vendors this year.
Yeah, so this year we got a lot of vendors, a lot of great vendors, some duplicates from last year, some brand new.
Yeah.
And
it's open to the public. So
open to the public. So if you're not shooting,
even if you're not a bow hunter, you might be a rifle hunter, and you want to come down and just
hiker, camper, fisherman,
whatever it may be, just get out and visit the vendors and
come up, hang out.
Yep, get something to eat.
You can watch some stuff because this year everything is there.
Yes, it's kind of visible from the lodge, right? So
you can actually see probably 3 or 4 shots from the beginner intermediate course from Vendor Village.
Okay.
Practice area is actually on the Bunny Slope this year.
Okay.
So that's
down there,
literally right there.
Yep.
The truck shoot's a little different this year. It's going to be down at near Vendor Village, so people that want to come watch people shoot for the truck, you don't have to go really far. And we're going to have some other going to be up.
It's up
this year.
Okay. Yeah, last year was down. So.
Yep. But I scoped it out yesterday.
Yeah.
I got some ideas.
Uh-oh.
And High Mountain is sponsoring the shoot again,
right?
With the Bison Delta McKenzie target. So big shout out to those guys for doing that.
Yep.
And they supported it from day one last year. And if you're ever looking to go shoot an outdoor 3D course local to northeastern PA, head down to Freeland.
Yeah, absolutely. It's awesome.
And go see the boys down there and become a member, because honestly, it's not expensive.
No.
No. I don't remember the exact amount off the top of my head, but for a year, it's sub $100. I know that.
Yeah.
And you can go shoot the 3D course. You can go basically 24/7 into the clubhouse and shoot indoor.
Yeah. They have the bags outside too.
Yes, they have a 60-yard bag range.
Yep.
So definitely go down and see those guys.
Yeah.
And definitely make sure to stop by and see them, because I'm sure they'll have something going on. Last year, they raffled off a gift certificate.
Yep.
To our shop.
Yes.
For $1,500.
Yes.
The guy that won that bought a bow.
Yes, he did.
So nice way to get a brand new bow. Spend a couple bucks and
that's the best way to get one. Yeah.
So let's see. We have this year new, besides being everything moved from where it was last year, no Yoga Fest. So I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, sorry, guys.
If you are bummed that they're not there this year. So last year we had a lot of people ask about spectators.
Right.
And it's still inherently dangerous, obviously, if it's somebody that has never shot or been on a 3D course and doesn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
But after enough questions and people wanting to be able to, maybe their wife doesn't shoot, but they want to go walk the mountain and see everything.
Yeah.
So we decided we're going to do it. So the basic deal is you come to registration. It's $15, preferably cash, because we don't want to have to be swiping credit cards and, holding the line up.
Right.
So $15 cash. We're going to give that spectator a wristband. It'll be different color than everybody else's. They're good for one day only. So if you're shooting 3 days, be prepared. They're going to need $45 to walk all 3 days.
Right.
there will be a waiver that they do have to sign when they get their wristband. Obviously, we don't want to see anybody get hurt. Montage doesn't want to see anybody get hurt. So, we'll kind of explain some rules when you get there so that there's no issues, but we are allowing spectators.
Yeah.
Another new thing this year, competition course.
Yeah.
So we're going to do a 10-target competition course.
Yep.
And I'm going to ask Doug, because he saw the map, I want to see if he can figure out where I'm putting the competition course.
Honestly, I don't know.
I like doing that to him. Yeah. He has no idea what I'm
No idea. No.
But so there will be a 10-target competition course. It's going to be $25. You pay at the High Times booth. It will be a cash prize. And again, all of our Joad kids will be kind of our judges.
Right.
On days when we're a little bit shorthanded, we'll have some adults there. But regardless, the archer will not be scoring their own targets. There will be a judge there to score it. We would like to try to shoot in groups of 4 so we can make it move faster.
Yeah.
It is a walking portion. There's no chairlift to get there, so just be prepared. You're going to have to walk. All of the targets will be the same. They're going to all be big shot deer. They're just going to be put in different areas. And I've had numerous questions after numerous questions of whether it'll be a known or unknown distance.
Yeah.
And I have not decided yet. It depends on how technical we can make. If we can make it technical, then I don't care. You can use a rangefinder, but if I have to put some of these targets like in the open,
right?
No, you're gonna have to guess.
Yeah.
Sorry. Besides, it'll prepare you for IBO, so it'll. But yeah, so I haven't decided.
It's for money prize, so
yeah,
it should be a little difficult.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and so if you saw on the map that right in the middle of all those pins,
yeah.
There was like that one section of woods that went straight up in the middle.
Okay.
And that's where we're going to try to do it. But because it's kind of tight, it looks real cool on a map. But because of how tight it may be, we may need to stick some out in the open. So that's kind of where I'm trying to figure out what we're going to do.
Yeah.
You mentioned this during the podcast with Antlered Up when we were on their podcast.
Yeah.
This year we're going to have
what?
Camping.
Yes. Yes. That's a nice addition.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys can come up and set up camp for one night, 2 nights, the whole weekend, whatever it may be. I think that's huge.
Yeah.
Because you're not paying for a hotel.
Right.
You can set up a tent. You can bring your RV and set up in a parking lot. Now, there won't be any hookups.
No hookups. So RVs will be up in the back parking lot.
Yep.
So like when you pull in the main road, you'll see like the main parking area. If you look to your left and further left, there's like a wide open spot in the parking lot. That's where the RVs will be put to.
Kind of like where the practice range was behind.
Even further to straight across from there.
Okay.
And then tent campers. So there's a couple things. One, there's no fires.
Okay.
And there will be other, I'm sure, rules that Montage has once you're on premise. But the tent camping you will pay for at the registration table. So keep in mind, we don't have a ginormous area for tents.
Yeah.
We will do our best to accommodate as many people as we can. But if we run out of space, be prepared to get a hotel or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm
set up on the asphalt.
Yeah. So where it will be kind of up above Vendor Village, kind of not up the mountain, but you'll walk up a little hill behind the water slides. It's kind of like right there in the middle of, there's a big grassy area with some pine trees.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So we're going to put them all in there, and then they can go up to where we ended
the intermediate
course last year towards the tubing hill.
Okay.
Because we just don't want to put anybody right directly behind the bunny slope, because obviously that's a practice range.
Right.
So we don't want to see anybody getting hurt that way. But we were able to keep all of our targets away from that area.
That's nice. That's good.
Yeah. So
yeah,
I thought for sure we were going to be in trouble, but we made it happen.
Yeah.
So we got camping, we got the competition course, we got spectators, truck shoot.
Yeah.
So truck shoot, we know we were limited to where we could do it last year. We thought we had it worked out pretty well. Of course, there's that one shot that just happens.
Yeah.
So this year that will be down. There's nothing any way possible for anybody to hit anything with a shot.
Yeah.
Unless a rogue bird flies in front of you while you're shooting, it's open air all the way to where the target will be.
Right.
So,
but we had two hits last year.
Yeah, one was we know the person that hit the first one.
We won't name her, Emily.
Emily, right?
We won't name her, but yeah. So there were two.
There was two. So the one was Emily, and she hit the top of the chairlift.
Yeah.
Because I think she's only shooting for like 45, 48 pounds or something.
Yeah.
So, to get that arrow to travel to where it was last year, she had to aim pretty high, and she smacked the top of the chairlift. The other was the gentleman that was in the finals.
Yeah.
And that one sucked. I really thought he was timing it out. I'm like, okay, he's just waiting for it. Ka-cling! Oh my God.
Yeah.
But so it'll be the same deal. We have to videotape everything for the finals because of an insurance policy that we have to take out on the truck. I'm not paying, $70,000 for a truck. I already have one.
Yeah.
So we do get that insured, similar to a hole-in-one type deal. Yep. So we're going to run it the same way we did last year. You're going to come in and shoot. You're going to qualify. So we'll have a sticker on the target at the yardage that we pick for the qualifications. And we basically, if you hit the sticker during the qualifications, unless somebody else does it that day, you're going to be the finalist for Friday or Saturday or Sunday.
Right.
If not, it'll be the closest. Now, keep in mind, this happened last year. We had Mikey B running the shoot down there for a little bit.
Yep.
There are no lenses allowed for the truck shoot, whether it's qualification or for the finals.
Yeah.
Especially if you do it with a lens during qualifications and then we catch it for the finals because we're going to inspect your bows and then we have to take your lens out and then all of a sudden you can't see the target anymore. Well, then you probably shouldn't have spent the $10 to shoot it in the first place.
Yeah.
So we have, we'll have adult judges there for that. Again, for the finals, we do have to videotape everything and we are going to inspect bows to make sure that there's, everything's right.
Yeah.
I think really the lens is the only thing. I mean, if you can't see your pin and you have a verifier in your peep or something, that's one thing.
Yeah,
but if you have a 10x lens,
there's no magnification.
That's no bueno.
Yeah.
So most of the guys, I think I only saw a couple guys last year with target setups that had lenses.
Yeah. And I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, I believe last year they could qualify with the lens, but they had to pop it out for the finals.
Yeah. So that's basically we want to try to alleviate that issue. So we're just not going to allow lenses at all.
Yeah.
And we will have a sign at our booth because that's where you will pay for your shots. And then, if nobody happens to be there, we'll get somebody walk over with you to measure and all that fun stuff.
Yeah. Now, I know last year we spoke about it. What about doing 3-shot for one price deal? Is there anything like that?
So we have
this year
for the regular novelty shots, there will be a 3-arrow price.
Okay.
You're going to shoot 3 arrows regardless. With the truck, we may, but I'm not gonna say 100% yes yet. So we were doing 10 a shot, and then
wasn't it $20 last year? No,
I don't think so.
I thought it was 20. I thought it was $20 a shot.
No,
I could be wrong.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was 10.
Yeah,
it's written in one of the tablets that's floating around at the office somewhere. But yeah, so you can shoot as many times as you want. Again, qualifier each day. So let's just say you only have a ticket for Friday. You come on and you're the qualifier. You're going to come back Sunday.
Right.
You can't shoot the courses unless you pay for another day ticket.
Right.
But it'll be around the same time, that 1 to 2 p.m. area. So that way, most of the people are off the courses. We cut the lift on Sunday at 1 p.m. So that way, we have all of our crew down to where we need to be with video cameras and all that fun stuff so that we can record it, verified, everybody's bow, everybody's there to watch the shot and witness it.
And that's just all part of the legal process.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, I mean, I'm telling you, I could take out $1 million loan quicker than I can do the insurance for this truck.
Yeah.
But thankfully, Einan GMC, who is our sponsor for the truck, they basically took charge of it this year. They already had the guys' information. They're sending them the information on the truck, what the truck is worth, and all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
So then one of our new vendors this year, the Steel Artisan, who's a local gentleman.
Yep.
He is actually making us our own metal target this year.
Yeah, it's really cool. Yeah.
So I can't wait to see it because it's actually the High Times logo. We're going to have a hole cut in the skull, and we'll get a bag target back behind it, and we'll have a little competition there.
Yeah.
And then we'll have another novelty shot where we just have a target set at, I should say a few targets set at different distances, and they'll have like little, whether it's cards or key rings or something, but if you hit that, whatever the number is corresponds to a prize in our booth.
Okay.
So rather than, just kind of throw stuff out, and we're still going to do that, but we'll have some other prizes to go along with the novelty shots. So the one for our new metal target, that will be a 3-arrow price type of deal.
Okay.
There'll be some bigger prizes, and then the other targets will be, not that they're bad prizes, they're just smaller prizes.
Yeah.
And there may be other stuff that comes up as we get closer under the 39 days. So here's one I forgot. I didn't even write it down, but it just came across my head.
Yeah.
So last year we tried the Lost Arrow Challenge.
Yep.
And it didn't really work the way we wanted it to. So this year I came up with an idea.
Okay.
Doug hates when I get ideas. So
usually needs a lot of work.
Yeah, well, actually, it's not that bad. So we have one of our Joe Ed kids. His brother happens to have a 3D printer.
Okay.
So we are going to do a Paul Bunyan Award.
Okay.
And we are going to do another award or trophy for the guy that breaks the most arrows on the novelty shot.
Okay.
On the steel target.
Okay.
So that's going to be all throughout all 3 days. We're not giving the trophy out until Sunday.
Okay.
But he's making the trophies for us.
Nice.
I'm giving him rain on the one that is for the steel target. The other one is going to be a tree with like an axe sticking out of it.
Okay. That's cool.
So
yeah.
I'm super pumped with that. So in order to do that, you will have to come to our booth. We will have specialty marking to put on your arrows so that you can't cheat.
Yeah. Bring a broken arrow. Yeah.
But yeah, so we'll go from there. So that's also new this year. We revamped that a little bit.
Yeah.
All right. So you want to get into some sponsors?
Yeah, absolutely.
Or vendors or whatever you want to call them. So,
and there's a ton of them.
There's a lot this year.
Yeah, there's a ton. So
you'll start wherever you want, and then
I'm going to start at the top.
All right.
So I'm just going to run through them.
Yep.
Instead of spending time on each one, we're just going to run through them this way. We get them all out there. Rack Getter is going to be there.
Rack Getter's a duplicate from last year.
Yep.
And we sell their product in the shop. So.
Yep. Elevation is going to be there. OMP.
Yep.
Bow Minded
Apparel. So we met him down at Harrisburg.
Okay.
A young dude, some pretty cool stuff, and he's got a 20 by 20.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
okay,
he's ready to go.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Rugged Road is going to be there. Rugged Road Outdoors. Yep.
So those guys are new, and I think we mentioned this once before, but so Rugged Road is actually doing the coolers for us, and there'll be a cooler in each course.
Yeah.
With some water in it. And that way, so God forbid you left your water bottle or something, you got something out on the course, and then we'll have another one up in Vendor Village, or down in Vendor Village.
Yeah.
And they're going to have a booth, so you're going to be able to buy some coolers, tumblers, all that fun stuff.
Yep. That's cool. American Landmaster is going to be there.
Mm-hmm. Well, technically, there's a dealer coming for them.
Okay.
But we're going to have their units. We're going to have two other side by side.
So it'll be something to see, and
yep.
yeah, absolutely. High Mountain Archery, like we mentioned before.
Mm-hmm.
Bear Archery is going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
Leather Stocking Guide Service.
Yeah.
That's a new one.
That's a new one. That's Bob. He's from New York.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure he'll probably want to do a giveaway on like a turkey hunt or something.
Yep.
But yeah, he reached out to us via the Shooters Group page.
Okay.
And was like, hey, how do I get a booth? So reached out and so he's coming.
Yeah. Elk County Outfitters will be there.
Yeah.
Timber Trail e-bikes.
Yep.
Will be there. That's a new one this year too.
New one.
Right.
Obviously last year we had Baku and we're no longer selling Baku. So we're going to give you a local guy with some bikes. They're out of Central PA.
Yep. Numa. We've talked about them a bunch. Easton's going to be there. Trinello Cigars.
Yep.
Once again, he was there last year.
Mike was there last year.
Yep. What else? Kuyu
Q will be back?
Yeah, they were there last year. They did really well. Had a nice booth, so they'll be back. Whitetail Institute is going to be there.
New one this year. We got a bunch of seed to give away.
Yep. XOP, we spoke about him, right, with the Steel Artisan. New one, Mamba Archery.
Yeah, Mamba jumped in. They were doing a booth originally, and they reached out last week and said, hey, we want to support it more.
Yep.
So they're going to have arrows for sale at the booth. They're going to take up a decent-sized booth, too, but they're supporting us pretty well for the shoot this year, so make sure you stop by and see those guys.
Yeah. I'm not sure if I mentioned it. Easton? Did I mention Easton?
Easton, yep. Easton will actually be working out of our booth.
Yeah.
Rather than trying to send a, whole setup from Utah.
Yeah.
Gus, who is the local rep, will be working out of our booth selling some Easton stuff.
Yep. Jack Gear be coming back. They were there last year with their bow slings. So yeah, Jeff's going to send another guy over and set up a nice booth. Camp Freedom.
New one.
Yep.
That one you didn't even know about. That just happened yesterday. Or Saturday, sorry.
Yeah.
So for those of you that don't know who Camp Freedom is a local camp for frontline, disabled vets, military personnel, Blue Star families. They have 2,300 acres up near White's Crossing, Pennsylvania, just outside of Carbondale. Beautiful camp. They do have some high fence hunts for disabled vets or vets in general. So they're going to have a booth. They are a nonprofit. So this is, good chance for them to try to raise some money.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I mentioned to him, which I thought would have been a good idea, would be to raffle off a shed hunt for somebody that normally couldn't be there.
Right.
So I don't know if that's going to go through, but I'm telling you right now, I've seen some of the sheds that come off that property.
Yeah.
So yeah, hopefully that's what they do. If not, I'm sure they will have something there to raffle or get a part of the novelty shots or something to raise some money. So
yes,
support them if you can.
Yep. Who else? Big Shot is going to be there once again.
Delta McKenzie.
Yep. So now same company.
Yep.
That's pretty much it, right? Well, they won't be there, but Eric from Gas will be sending some.
Yeah, so we'll have a lot of prizes for folks that can't be here because of other commitments or what have you. One that I forgot to write down. Oh, there's actually another one there. So PA Game Commission is 100% coming this year. So talked to them last week, and we tried to get them there last year. I'm not exactly sure what happened, but they couldn't make it. So they're 100% in this year, and they're going to have all kinds of stuff going on.
Yeah.
And then the other one just happened on Saturday morning, BCK Landscaping. So local company. And I know people are like, what do you mean landscaping? One, they do landscaping, obviously. The other big thing is they are a redneck blinds dealer. So they are bringing a redneck to set up.
Cool. Yeah.
And I had an idea. Whether the idea works or not, we'll find out. But I haven't ran it past them yet.
Yeah.
I will tomorrow when I get to the shop. But it's a very, very good possibility that this will happen. And then it'll be really, really cool. Yep. Doug's over here like, what's the word I'm looking for? Charades.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to try to see if we can't make one of the novelty shots out of the redneck.
Yeah.
Make it real cool, or put it, on one of the close targets.
Right.
And make that the shot.
Yeah.
But not that it has to be super high. We don't need it, 15 feet in the air. We need 5 feet off the ground. Just to give you the idea of shooting on a
it's
redneck.
different. Now you're sitting in a stool and shooting through a little window. So
a vertical window.
Yeah. So it's different.
If you've never done it before, it's definitely not something that you can just go, oh yeah, I could do that. No. Your bow has to be in a completely different place when you shoot through that window.
Yes. It's definitely different.
Yeah.
And
And then obviously we talked about Spartan Forge. Bill is going to try to have somebody there for us. If not, we will have memberships to give away to Spartan Forge. We have stuff coming from Rocky Talkies. We've got a $500 pair of Zamberlin boots to give away. We've got XOP stands, saddles. What else is in that back room that I stacked up?
Lots of stuff.
It all happens so fast. And
so.
with so much going on with the shoot, it's hard to remember everything.
Yeah.
But what are we missing? Are we missing anything?
I don't think so. That's a lot of vendors.
That's a lot of vendors.
Yeah.
Cause yesterday when we were there, the wave pool was like, there was no snow in that area.
Okay.
I think we're probably going to end up stretching over to like the lodge area.
Which is good. That's all right. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. As long as the lazy river isn't open.
Oh, okay. Well, no, that time of year it shouldn't be.
Well, they open the water park the week after the shoot.
Okay.
So we're going to work
see.
with what we got
we'll see.
for sure, but we'll figure it out definitely. But we're super excited. If you haven't signed up, you go to montagemountainresorts.com/archery. It's going to drop you to a landing page, and you'll see a sign up button. When you click that button, it takes you over to Stride Events to purchase your tickets. As Doug said before, we've got 1 day, 2 day, and 3 day beginner intermediate course. You're going to have beginner targets out to 50, intermediate targets out to 55.
Yep.
And advanced course out to 70. And there may be one that's a scotch further than that. It's really hard when you have 3 different rangefinders and they all pick a different number.
Yeah.
But they're relatively close.
Expert.
Expert.
That's different.
This year, we had by request from numerous people. We had one shot over 100 last year. The bison.
The bison was over. It was like
105.
105, yeah, something like that.
So we will have multiple past 100-yard targets.
Okay. And that's a big target.
It's a big target.
Bigger than that.
Yeah. But it'll probably be like we have. So Doug mentioned Big Shot and Delta McKenzie. They are providing all of our targets.
Yeah.
So you'll have Big Shot and Delta on the beginner intermediate.
Yeah.
You'll have all Big Shot on the advanced, and you will have all Delta McKenzie on the expert.
Right.
I know just the brief list because I had to send them a list for what we wanted. I know there is an elk. I know there's a caribou. We have the grizzly bear. We do have the new Bigfoot coming.
Yep.
And then you'll have your, deer and different things like that.
Yeah.
But like you said, the advanced course, we upped technicality for sure this year.
Yeah.
And there are some shots. It's like, man.
Yeah.
In fact, if you watched the live video on our Facebook page yesterday, when we placed target number 6.
Okay.
Target number 6. Now, Keith said you should be able to shoot it from a little further back than where I set the pin at, or where we set the pin at.
Yeah.
If you don't, you have to crouch down to shoot.
Okay. Nice.
There's an overhanging branch directly above you.
Okay.
And you're shooting through, I don't want to say a V in the tree.
Yeah.
But you're shooting between 2 trees.
Okay.
There's definitely a copycat to target 24 from last year on the advanced course, or on the expert course.
Expert, yeah.
On the advanced course.
Okay.
It is all of 68 yards, and there's definitely a tree that comes into play.
Okay. Nice.
But yeah, so I just can't wait. It's 39 days. Can't get here fast enough.
Yeah.
I'm super pumped.
Yeah.
We're going to go out next weekend and flag expert. And then I'll pretty much just be going to get targets and then getting them up there.
Yeah. And I mentioned it a few weeks ago. What I do like about combining the 2 courses is, you can bring somebody along with you, that's at a different level. If you want to go out with your wife, you can shoot intermediate, she can shoot beginner,
right?
And you guys can walk together, shoot together. So I think that's a big advantage.
And also, so we know there's a lot of kids that are signed up.
Yep.
So a parent has to be with them if they're under 16.
Yep. And
that course is a nice, easy walk.
Yeah.
I mean, you're on a ski slope, so it's not flat, but it's not, the advanced course or the expert course.
Right.
So now, not only that, but let's say, dad and son or dad and daughter are shooting and mom wants to be a spectator.
Right.
They can go shoot that course and she can walk with them and not have a problem.
Yeah. That's nice. That's nice for this year. Yeah.
Yep. So,
yeah.
So once again, if you haven't signed up yet, go ahead and go to montagemountainresorts.com/archery. Click the sign up button. It'll drop you over to Stride Events. Click on 1 day, 2 day, 3 day. You can purchase your event t-shirt while you're doing that. Again, the dates are May 17th through the 19th. And other than that, thanks for tuning in.
Yeah.
Check out our YouTube video. We're going to do a PSE bow breakdown. And you're also going to see a second video pop up. We're going to torture test a Mamba arrow today.
Yep.
With the Victory.
Yep.
And an Easton Axis. So we're going to shoot all 3 into a cinder block. See which one comes out on top.
Yeah.
Or at least possibly shootable, maybe.
Yeah.
Other than that, thanks for tuning in, guys. We will talk to you next Sunday, the 14th.
Yes.
And not Monday, the 15th.
Yes.
So thanks for tuning in. We'll talk to you soon.
See you.